Welcome back to the first full week of spring. So happy I am to say that, share that, and just overall think about it. It is spring. It's going to feel like spring temperature wise. We've got the 70s for a couple of days as far as the sun accompanying them, and then maybe with some rain, but still holding on to some nice temperatures. Spring is finally here. Let's hope it just continues to get better and better weather wise. Forecast not too shabby. A lot of headlines to cover tonight. We'll talk about, of course, basketball, the home team out of, as we well know after coverage last week, after the 57th District Tournament out of the 15th region this year. But the region rolls on tonight, a camera rolling up there as we speak. But we'll have to back up and finish a little coverage from the District Tournament. Some trophies or some awards that we'll need to make mention of tonight. Kind of held this for a little while. Also, I spoke with the principal of South Magoffin Elementary, one of 4 Magoffin County schools, getting some added measures to help keep our kids safe and in the classroom, and we'll take a look at that. We've also got a lot of other headlines as well, a lot on the state level that does affect a lot of folks locally, and that's where we will begin. First off, the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced today an increase of 15% in the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, those SNAP benefits that many in the area utilize and depend on monthly. The benefits, the increase, good through the end of September of this year, providing about $3.5 billion to households across the nation experiencing food insecurity during the COVID-19 pandemic. The 15% increase in the SNAP benefits will provide and equal about another $28 more per person per month, or more than $100 more for a household of 4 in additional SNAP benefits. Well, millions and millions and millions of dollars announced today for parts of Kentucky, southern and eastern Kentucky, doing quite well, all in an effort to revitalize the economy and promote infrastructure and improve it as well. Congressman Rogers says he was very proud today to join Governor Beshear and Secretary Rebecca Goodman in the Capitol Rotunda. They announced a total of almost $14.5 million in AML, or Abandoned Mine Land, pilot grants for 6 different projects in 5 counties. The largest of which was almost $3.8 million for the BPM Lumber Company of Laurel County to purchase and install a new merchandising system that will allow them to produce value-added hardwood lumber products. So they're going to be able to keep their 123 jobs, add another 62 jobs because of that. $3.5 million going to Perry County and Hazard to improve the water systems there. $400,000 to the Backroads of Appalachia. That's a nonprofit entity that supports job training and economic development through tourism and motorsports. $3 million to ECAMI, the Advanced Robotic Instruction Project. This is in Morgan County. This project's going to build on ECAMI's already very successful model of advanced CNC machining and training that we've known and had to our benefit in Paintsville for quite some time, and their overall field of advanced manufacturing and robotics. They are going to be teaching incarcerated individuals in the East Kentucky Correctional Complex in Morgan County those skills with that money. $2.05 million going to Wheelwright for a new water treatment plant, $1.5 to Hazard for infrastructure there for the business park. That's not all coming our way via or from the state level. In his daily address today, not COVID related, the governor earlier this afternoon, announced several bills which he has signed and is support of. He also announced a few that he has vetoed. We'll get to those in just a few moments. But one that directly affects 500,000 Kentuckians and their families. We have over 500,000 people who live in Kentucky who are diabetic, and the price of insulin, which has skyrocketed. It's a story that has been covered quite in depth to no avail for a long time. But here in Kentucky, good things have just happened for all of those who need that life-saving supplement, if you will, or drug. Insulin has become almost unattainable for many. But now, with House Bill 95, signed into law by the governor today, a 30-day supply of insulin, will be only a little more than $30.
I am so pleased to be joined here today by State Representative Patty Mentor of Bowling Green and Representative Danny Bentley from Russell. We're here to celebrate the passage of their bill, a very important bill. which caps the cost of insulin in the Commonwealth. Healthcare, being a basic human right, shows you how, in far too many instances, there are unfair disparities in coverage and care and outcomes, especially as it relates to insulin. For too long, too many Kentuckians with diabetes have struggled to afford this life-preserving and, in many cases, life-saving medication.
Bill co-sponsor Representative Danny Bentley reminding everyone today that the prices of insulin has nearly tripled between 2002 and 2013, even though it doesn't cost any more to manufacture than it did back then. The governor reminding us that more than 500,000 Kentuckians have diabetes and that Kentucky ranks 7th highest in the nation for the prevalence of diabetes. And while companies can pay $2 to $7 to manufacture one vial, Kentuckians have to sometimes pay over $1,000 a month for it. And in retrospect, in 1923, I didn't know this, the inventors of insulin sold their patent for just $1, specifically so such a critical drug would be available and affordable for diabetics everywhere. That was one of the bills that were signed, as were many others today by the governor. Vetoed, however, Senate Bill 228, sponsored by Senate President Robert Stivers, also receiving support from Senator Mitch McConnell, which would have given the power to fill a U.S. Senate vacancy to the party of the outgoing or resigning, if you will, senator until a special election could be held. Also, House Bill 394, which would have given the State Fish and Wildlife Board the ability to appoint its own commissioners, set their own salary and terms completely on their own without any oversight of any other entity. Senate Bill 63 vetoed, which would have shifted power to appoint members of the State Agriculture Board from the governor to the Agriculture Commissioner, currently Ryan Quarles. Also vetoed House Bill 518, which would have authorized or given the Agriculture Commissioner and not the governor the authority to appoint members to the Kentucky State Fair Board, as well as set and establish hiring and organizational procedures for the board. I'll be right back after these messages. Get absolutely every mile you can out of the season with great deals right now at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Get up to $70 back on a set of new Coopers or new Hancooks, up to $120 back on new Michelins, up to $150 on new Goodyears, where you can keep your stimulus money and drive safe with 6 months no interest. At Conley Tire in Staffordsville and at conleytire.net.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
Always the time for new beginnings and redecorating, or at least adding a few new favorite pieces to your home decor. And the Seasonal Shop has just finished resetting their entire home decor section with all new merchandise. It's all there. Classic favorites, new trends, and the unusual pieces that can set your decor apart from everyone else. Farmhouse, timeless blue and white pottery, natural woods, beaded accents, bohemian, bees, lemons, copper, white pottery, and equestrian. It's all there. And it's all there with local delivery, layaway, and curbside pickup. It's the only place like it, the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sagersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker. Also, Griffey approved. The McGoffin County school system still, even though we appear to be on the downhill side of the pandemic, I say that ever so cautiously and hesitantly because it just makes me fearful for it not being true, but all numbers indicate that. Not that it is over, not that we can rest on our laurels, not that we cannot continue to keep getting vaccines to all those who haven't got them. Nevertheless, even though that is the current situation today, the McGoffin County School District is still taking measures to keep our kids safe and in the classroom by purchasing about 1,200 units, sneeze guards, if you will, which have already been put into place. They being another way of protecting our kids' health and keeping them in school as much as possible in a year that has been full of challenges.
That's true. It's been a little hectic, the work has been nonstop. Probably the most effort has went towards just trying to reach our students during the pandemic, and we've tried to do that digitally. We've tried to do that with packets, and that still remains our biggest goal, is to just try to continue to educate our students.
And now, educating our students 4 days a week means using any means necessary to keep them safe in school and learning. And these sneeze shields or guards are another very important part of that puzzle. Small, clear, plexiglass type material that attaches to each student's individual desk.
District staff has been looking at a way that we could provide another barrier for our just any humans in the building, our students and our staff, and we came up with these desk shields, sneeze shields, and it just creates another barrier between the students and their classmates and their teachers. They don't mind them. They seem very comfortable. Most of them just want to know if they can personalize them with stickers or their own artwork, but so far they haven't been a hindrance at all. It's just another aspect of being able to provide a safe environment for our students.
The question is, are they and other safety precautions working? Apparently so. A good gauge being the fact that South Magoffin Elementary has a very high rate, the majority of its students, and their parents obviously, deciding to come back to school versus virtual.
I've found that everyone involved is just extremely excited to have students back in the classroom, whether it's the teachers, other school staff. Parents are very excited about students being back in the building, and also the students. We're really excited here at South Magoffin. 70% of our increased enrollment is actually back here in person at South, and we're just really excited to be able to offer some normalcy to our students in a very difficult time.
And I want to be sure and thank, even though I think it's probably not necessary, Faye Fitzpatrick's class for taking a mask break, which means they got an extra recess because I was in the room filming, and they got to go outside and play without their masks, social distancing for a bit. So I'm pretty sure that made me their favorite person, at least for a few minutes for the day. Which is also, of course, one of the last few days of the school year. Even though there's just 40 days of school or so left in the calendar, school officials still working just as hard as they did the first to make sure our students stay healthy.
We're going to try to make it as close to a normal end of school year as possible. We'll just have to put some thought and some effort into making sure that everyone's able to stay safe.
Still more headlines. Right now, let's see what's happening on this Monday's community calendar. I can tell you what it starts off with there. Happy anniversary wish called in by some folks to this couple celebrating 50 years. And if I had known when I was talking to her earlier today on another matter, well, I would have said happy anniversary. Celebrating 50 years, I'm told. Happy special anniversary to Nathan and Tanja Helton, who are still trying to get recovered after the flood. I do know that much after talking to Tanja earlier today. Nevertheless, we hope you found a little time out of your day to try to celebrate and enjoy 50 years. Happy anniversary to you both. A quick reminder that Revival will be coming up the first Sunday night of April at the Head of Coon United Baptist Church. That will be not this weekend, but the following. So I'll remind you here when it gets a little bit closer. But Revival at the Head of Coon Church starting the first Sunday in April. In other announcements, just a reminder that applications opened today for the Appalachia Rises Flood Relief event. Now, as I told you on Friday on behalf of our friend Jane Higgins with the Bluegrass Community Foundation, these applications are not for individuals. Those have already been being given out. These are particularly for small businesses, local farms, and non-profits. They're up to $5,000 grants. The application for them opened today. And to find out everything you need to know, simply go to AppalachiaRises.org. This, of course, all part of the massive fundraising event that was spearheaded by App Harvest's Foundation, Appalachia Rises, but also, of course, with a lot of other participating partners, including our own Magoffin County Foundation. Anytime you've got a calendar or special announcement, you want everyone to know about it, you just tell me, and we will pass it along, and they will. Nightly obituaries brought to you by our friends at the McGoffin County Funeral Home, and tonight include services which I'm told were held earlier today for Morrison H. Prater, 80 of Sagersville, who passed away on Friday. Morrison Hamilton Prater, survived by his wife, Wanda Faye Likens Prater, sons Jackie and Neil Prater, Jeffrey Likens, daughters Kellia Prater, Joyce Fannin, and Rose Likens, Sister Fontaine Prater Ritchie, 15 grandkids, and several great-grandchildren. Again, services held earlier today in his honor. 60-year-old Jeffrey Cravens of Palm Coast, formerly of McGoffin County, passed away on Friday. Arrangements incomplete at this time. To be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. 69-year-old Sharon K. Salyer Whitaker of Royalton passed away yesterday. She's preceded in death by her husband Marvin Whitaker, and arrangements at this time still being made at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. And lastly tonight, Jessica Joseph, 36 of Sagersville, passed away earlier today at her home. Arrangements still being made at this hour, as you can well imagine, and to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
The coverage you need when you need it most. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
From birthdays to ball games and anything in between, feed your crowd with a Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe party platter piled high with both hot and spicy and crispy buffalo wings, fried pickles, jumbo breast strips, mini corn dogs, and jalapeno poppers, all for just $36.99. And here's a little tip. Always get extra mini corn dogs when you get the party platter at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. And remember, you can always call ahead 349-3626. Jesse Rudd and his staff at Parkway Pharmacy are proud to announce the newest member of their team, and yours, pharmacist Dustin Jones, who's actually the grandson of Janet and the late Paul Jones of Dixie in Salyersville. And his addition of over 12 years of experience in inpatient and outpatient services gives you unmatched availability and care when it comes to your health and medication.
Parkway Pharmacy, where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Go with All Pro, and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today. Being Sagersville's oldest continuous business is not Fraser's Prater Drug's most important legacy. It's the care and attention they devote to every single customer. And that, combined with quick and convenient curbside service at the front and rear entrances, makes for getting your medications simply and safely, and calling ahead makes it even faster. Fraser's Prater Drug Store's curbside and in-store service, open Monday through Friday, 9 until 6. Let's wrap up the 57th District Tournament tonight. Had this been Vegas, no offense to Paintsville, none meant whatsoever. There might have been a little bit of money lost. I mean, Johnson Central, the number one seed, the team to beat, everyone knew it. They had beaten Paintsville twice in the regular season at both courts, 68-55 and 64-57. Getting a little closer there, Paintsville did the second time around. So when Paintsville beat them in double overtime Friday night, it may have been a bit of a surprise. Nevertheless, both teams still going to the region. Johnson Central as the runner-up, Paintsville as the 57th District champions. One of them plays tonight, one plays tomorrow. In fact, I've got a camera headed to the Expo right now, Appalachian Wireless Arena. East Ridge and Johnson Central tip off at 6:30. Betsy Lane and Pike Central at 8:15. Tomorrow's action for the boys will be Belfry and Valley at the game one at 6:30. Then Paintsville and Lawrence County at 8:15. I'm excited to see that one. We'll have cameras there and be keeping you up to date on the region as it rolls on and tips off in just a few moments. However, let's back it up. This is one story that it was part of the coverage from the girls' championship and that game, I guess I should say, on Thursday night. I held this in hopes of having a better chance to maybe talk to the coach and the girls, because it was during halftime that they announced the cheerleading awards for the 57th District. And then Friday night, well, when the Hornets lost, wasn't a good night to really talk to anyone, because not many people in a good mood. But nevertheless, while covering an earlier story a few moments ago, I caught up with cheerleading coach Devin Helton, and she shed a little light on what's been a very rough season, as it has been for everyone in high school athletics, but nonetheless one that turned out great for the girls, for the 57th District.
The cheerleading trophy with a total of 189.9. The Godolphin County Hornets.
That's indeed right. District champions, the McGoffin County Cheerleaders, a group of ladies and their coach who know all too well the strain that COVID-19 has put on their program. One of the first in the McGoffin County School District to have to deal with the virus, but they were able to overcome and take home or keep the 57th District cheerleading title here at home in the middle of COVID.
Well, the middle of COVID really has changed things this year. We started out with very limited practice. We got to come for a little while during football, so we did learn a few cheers during that time. And then we were shut down. We were one of the first groups to be quarantined this year. So that was an experience. And after that, football was shut down for several weeks. So the entire season has been just kind of a mess this year. We started out, we weren't allowed to do stunts or mounts for months and months. So it was very hard. And we tried to limit things as much as possible. We kind of, for the most part of the season, we just did enough to where we wouldn't look too bad. So once we found out that they were definitely going to allow us to have a district competition, we really had to buckle down. And my girls have been great through COVID. They wear their masks constantly. We are one of the few sports that weren't allowed to take it off, and so we've tried to adhere to that as much as possible. Anything and everything they've done with the mask on, with very little complaint, because I preached a lot that we get to be here, we get to cheer. There's so many things in this past year we've not been allowed to do, so that was kind of our mantra. We get to be here and we get to cheer and we get to do something fun instead of just being at home. So they've worked really hard and I'm proud of them.
And with that said, let's wrap it up with your first official spring forecast, where we've got the 70s and at least partly sunny skies staring at us again tomorrow. Yes, I'm liking it. I mean, we saw low 70s today. We'll see about 40 tonight. It was a chilly morning out there tonight. Not quite as chilly maybe tomorrow, but still right at 40, 39, 40. But partly cloudy, calm winds out there tonight, so a nice end to an even nicer Monday. And look at that consistency, temperature-wise, right at 70, 71 degrees for the first page of your outlook there. Tomorrow, 71, partly sunny. No shower chances really till like 2 or 3 in the a.m. tomorrow night, Wednesday morning. So Tuesday, a keeper. Perfect. 71, partly sunny. There is a 20% chance of showers during the overnight that will take us into Wednesday with about a 40% chance of showers, maybe thunderstorms possible late afternoon on your Wednesday after 3 or so, but still partly sunny and 71. We'll know more tomorrow. Maybe we'll get out of that one to some degree, but we'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow's definitely a keeper. A little iffy on Wednesday. The iffiness kind of increases, though, thereafter. Thursday, we've got 70 again, but showers likely and thunderstorms possible after 3. Mostly cloudy skies. Shower chances nearly full-blown at 90%. So, yeah, that's what we're heading into. Maybe it'll be a little slower to get here Thursday, and we can get Wednesday out of it. And after that, that front starts to put us down temperature-wise to the tune of a few degrees. 67 Friday, but clear and mostly sunny, but cooler. We're talking 3 or 4 degrees or 5. But Saturday, 68 sunny and shower chances roll back in as they do Sunday and next Monday. That's it for tonight. 15th Region highlights and much, much more, all starting when I see you back here next time. Enjoy the rest of a beautiful Monday evening, and thank you for watching.